Okay, what's going on? RC Exam MMA. Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do a full card prediction video here. I got two videos to bang out today, so I'm gonna try and be quick about this one because I really want to talk about the other one before I lose the intensity I have regarding it. It's about Brendan Schaub, whom I can't stand. So we're gonna do top to bottom from this fight all the way down, or all the way up, I guess, to the top. And I'll probably spend not very long on each fight until we get more towards the top of the bill. Just because, as I said, I don't want to be here all day. And this card isn't great, so we're just gonna get this one over with. If you like my content, please subscribe. Like I've said in my other videos, I live in rural BC, and I've got an egg stand here where the jar is put at the front of the egg stand, and there's a sign that says a dozen for $5. And I just trust my neighbors to take it, or sorry, I trust my neighbors to put the $5 in before they take the egg. So I'm gonna trust you guys as my neighbors. So please don't just steal please don't steal my eggs. All right, let's get right to this. Priscilla Cachoeira, I don't know, and Sajara Eubanks. I'm gonna have to go with the Brazilian lady here, Priscilla, because I think Sajara Eubanks, in all honesty, is probably done progressing in this sport. She's almost 40 years old. Whoa, she's the minus 230 favorite? Are we crazy? Okay, well, I still ain't going with her. That's nuts. I didn't notice that last night. She reminds me, Sajara Eubanks does, she's like the female Khalil Roundtree. She's extremely inconsistent, long in the career, and I think that, yeah, I don't think she's going to be able to get it done. She doesn't, whenever she's in the cage, I'm like, not very confident in, and it's not due to her abilities or like her skills or anything like that. It literally is. It seems like sometimes she just doesn't show up. Okay, moving on. Charles Johnson and Jimmy Flick. I'm gonna go with Charles Johnson here just because of recent issues with Glory MMA. And yeah, not much to say about this one, if I'm being honest. Daniel Argueta versus Nick Aguirre, almost the same name. I'm gonna go with Argueta, dude, just because he's got his picture up there. No, I'm just kidding. I think I think Daniel Argueta will get it done. I wonder how you say that guy's name properly. I need like John Anik files to help me talk through these, especially first thing in the morning. All right, moving on. Alan Nascimento, and Carlos Hernandez. I'm going to go with Nascimento here, as are apparently a bunch of others. Dude's legit, man. And, yeah, I just think he's going to be able to get it done. Probably somewhat fast as well. Sorry, I had to cough there. All right. Javid, is that how you say it? Javid? Whatever. Basrat versus Mateos Mendonça. I don't know how you say his name, but I think that guy's gonna win. Mateos Mendonça. I think that the hype surrounding him is pretty legit. I think he's good, dude. I think that if it was some other like up and coming contender, I don't know that I would pick him over Blue Hair Bass Rat over there. Because Blue Hair Bass Rat's fought some dudes. And I know a lot of people are actually picking Bass Rat, but I'm not. Motherfuckers, I'm not. I'm going with this dude. I'm going with Mateos. Okay? Just what I'm seeing from the fights, alright, that I watch. Jesus, dude, what's with all the Mateoses? Also, why do we have so many Shadow Men fighting in this event? I've never quite seen such a thing. Mateos Rebecki versus Nick Fiore. I'm gonna go with Mateos Rebecki. He's fought like legit competition outside the UFC. Like really good, really good competition. So whereas Nick Fiore has not, and it's unfortunate, dude. I like the dudes out of like the Boston area or whatever, New England cartel, like Calvin Cater and those guys. I like them. And that's where Nick Fiore fights out of, or Fiore, I don't know how you say his name, but I don't think he's getting it done, dude. Just level of competition, experience, and yeah. So Mateos is Rebecca. Okay. This pick might surprise some people. It doesn't have the odds here, but from what I've seen, I think right now that the odds are heavily in favor of Claudio Ribeiro. They might not be like super crazy in one direction, but I'm pretty sure that he's the favorite. And I think he's also relatively new to the UFC, and he's more of like a rising up and comer who they have like a lot of whoa, dude, my voice got shaky there. There's quite a bit of hype around him and this and that and this and that, and apparently dude's got no legs and no arms, so I don't know what everybody's on about, but crazy, dude. He'll have a 73-inch reach advantage. I've never seen such a thing. This card is just full shadow people. Fucking, what's that lady? Oh my god. There's the chick who's blind, deaf, and dumb with no fucking limbs or whatever, dude. I just remember the episode from Family Guy, but apparently we got her fighting on here. It's bugging me. I can't remember that. Hold on. Helen something, right? Helen fucking... I swear to God that's what it is. No one... Bro. Helen Keller. I was fucking right about the first name. It came back to me. Okay, so anyways. I'm not picking Helen Keller, Claudio Ribeiro. I'm picking fucking Abul Razak Al Hassan. I think, you know who I'm going to compare him to, though I don't know. The careers have obviously not been the same, but he reminds me of like a Francisco Trinaldo type dude or a fucking RDA. And I know that RDA is on a whole nother level compared to this dude, but in terms of being like a crafty veteran where a lot of people think, oh, this young up-and-comer dude's going to come in here and just, you know, use him as a stepping stone to get where he's going. Nuh-uh. Nope. There's a few veterans like that that are still lifting the game, and I like rooting for them. One, because I don't like watching my old boys get beat up, and I think experience-wise, he's not so much of a veteran like that. He's fucking, you know, old and decrepit yet. And I just think he's fought better competition and done better against better competition. So I'm gonna go with Abdul. Sorry, I thought that D was a fucking O, dude. I need glasses. Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Now my nose is acting up. I apologize. Now, this is nuts. I've seen it on some websites. I don't know. Can't remember which ones, but some places got them at like minus 1,000, and I think the only reason that exists is because of this. It also might have something to do with Aoni Bashelosh, his age. Aoni, okay, because dude, their weights are all over the place on this fucking website. They cannot get it together. Y'all really fucking think homeboy weighs in at 136 if this dude weighs 152, or is this guy came all the way down from lightweight at some point? I don't remember, but you know what, dude? Maybe if Auni Baushelos was a little bit younger, not as old in the tooth, and I get that their records aren't like insanely different, but look at the fucking weathering on his face. I guess this guy looks pretty weathered too, but you know, it's Umar Nurmagomedov. He's new. 15-0 is like a new record for these boys. This guy, he's probably been fighting since he was a kid. This is just his professional MMA. You know what I mean? He's also hasn't been looking that great. In his last few, like, yeah. Like I'm telling you, if this fight was taking place maybe a couple years ago, dude, 3 or 4 years ago, which I know Umar would probably have been like 10-0 at that point, but I might say that Raoni is a live dog, but I don't think so here. So I'm gonna go with Umar Nurmagomedov. Bro, I think at one point Auni Bashelos beat fucking the other Nurmagomedov who just fought. Fuck, who did he just fight? Not Ismagulov, that was lightweight fight. It was, he fought another fucking Kazakhstan dude. Saeed did, but I can't remember. Anyways. Ketlin Vieira versus Raquel Pennington. You know what, man? I don't fucking like Raquel Pennington. Okay. So, because of that, we're going to pick Ketlin Vieira. Not to mention, I just think that she's a little bit better when it, like, it's a little less sloppy as far as women's MMA goes. Ketlin is. And I think she's also getting better. Whereas Raquel Pennington, dude, I mean, fuck, when are you going to retire, please, lady? You know, I'm sick of watching your fights. No, I'm just kidding. She can have some fun. Bro, 14-9, that's a horrible record. Jesus fucking Christ. Good grief, lady. What are you doing? Get out of here. You know, go be an old lady. Have a mom or something. Or, yeah, be a mom is what I meant. My fucking dyslexic ass, bro. I'm going with Ketlin Vieira. I don't want to spend too much time on that one. It's not my favorite fight. It'll be fine as far as women's MMA fights go. Okay, I've been bouncing back and forth between this fight. Soriano and Roman Kopylov. I know this dude hits hard as fuck. He came off the Contender Series, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I watched his fights in the Contender Series. Or maybe... Yeah. So... I've been kind of going back and forth here on this one, and I still haven't made a decision, but I knew that I needed to film the fucking video, and I couldn't wait until, like, weigh-ins. The day of weigh-ins, you know, so... I figured, no, you gotta just go in there and fucking be forced to make a pick. Damn, dude, like, fuck. Look, everything is so similar. Like, their defense, their output, even the accuracy between them. So I guess it's more or less, and I mean, the KO, ratio, win to KO ratio, same percent. Dude, it's literally fucking crazy. I mean, the only difference is Kopylov doesn't seem to like grappling as much. And he's a favorite to win under 2.5. Whereas, and if I was gonna like handicap a prop bet, I'd reckon this guy would be like under 2. You know what I mean? Like, this dude might be a bit of a front runner. Fuck. I hate doing this. I don't like it when there's a fight because I just know that, like, I'm struggling internally with it back and forth, and then if I end up getting it wrong, I'm gonna be fucking mad at myself for not just going the other way. I know a lot of people are picking Soriano. I don't fucking like him, man. Something about his face. No, I don't know. Shit, I hate this. I'm gonna go with fucking the underdog, bro, because if he wins, I'll look like a genius. I'm going with Roman Kopylov. Fuck. I might come back and change it in 5 minutes, but if I forget, I forget, and then if I win, I look like a genius, so fuck it. Moving on. Oh, dude, I might be going with another underdog here. I'm gonna be serious here. I don't like Dan Ige either. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really like Dan Ige. Like, I didn't think he won against Edson Barboza. And it pissed me off that he got the fucking win. Then it kind of happened to him with Josh Emmett, and I went, a little bit karma. And I actually don't think Josh Emmett's that good, dude. I know he's at the top of the division. He's fighting for an interim title, but I think that the only reason he's fighting for an interim title is because Uriah Faber doesn't leave Dana White the fuck alone with that shit, bro. Josh Emmett doesn't really have any, like, crazy impressive wins, in my opinion. I mean, since he's gotten to the upper echelon of the division, people are kind of seeing that he's not that hard to, he's easier to avoid getting knocked out against than people thought. The fact that Ige went to a decision with him, and I know Ige's tough as fuck, but the fact that, I know Cater's tough as fuck too. But, man, I don't know where I'm going with this, but Emmett's explosive. He's not necessarily powerful. He hits your fucking arms a lot of the time. And I mean, I don't like him either. I don't like Josh Emmett because he looks like a fucking troll. He looks like a goddamn bridge troll. He looks like a shaved bridge troll. Okay? It looks like someone went and caught that fucking troll under the bridge, that pesky troll under the bridge in Dora the Explorer. They brought him to a barber and they said, hey, clean him up. So they shaved all his fucking orange hair off or whatever. And that's what they got, and they went, he's got to fight in the UFC. There's also this fucking video game I used to play, and he looks like the goblins from there. He looks like a cross between that and a bridge troll. So that's why I don't like him, and he's not even fighting, so I don't know why we're talking about him. But Dude, goddamn, man. I'm going with the old fuck here, too. I don't have a lot of faith in Dan Ige. And I like dudes with cul-de-sacs. So, no, I'm just kidding. I think he's just going to out-grapple him, man. I know this guy's going to be able... I know Dan Ige. Pardon me. This guy, fuck. What am I, dude? Gonna be scrambling his ass off and this and that and this and that. He's a little undersized for the division. Every time I see him fight, I'm like, fuck, he is small, isn't he? And, man. I don't know. Dude's been on a bit of a tear lately, too. Whoops. Not, Dan Ige, but... Oh, no, I don't know what I've gone and done. There we go. Got my regular mouse back. Sorry about that, thanks. So I'm going to go in with another underdog here. And another one that a lot of people are picking against. Because this is my year to look like a genius on YouTube. Okay. I want to have like a 70% win ratio when it comes to picks. And I'm going to be the fucking new kid on the block guy. So Damon Jackson, bro. By fucking... He's going to, impose his will on Dan Ige. Okay. This one's also fucking me up, bro. And I'll tell you why. I figure if there's a guy who can come in after Christmas, right, not prepared, out of shape, clearly, because he's not a giant middleweight, and I know that he doesn't have the most muscular body, so pulling weight off of it is not as easy as it is for other guys. Yeah, coming in after Christmas, out of shape, out of camp, just off the couch, yep, I'll fucking fight him in a week. I think if there's a guy that can get that done, it's Sean Strickland. And I think that in terms... Look, I know a lot of people are high on Imavov. I think that in terms of competition, this is a big jump compared to Kelvin Gastelum. I think Kelvin Gastelum's more or less on his way out. Let's be real. The guy can't stop getting fucking open sores on his body. I know that he's pulled out because of the mouth, like the tooth or whatever. The dude has a staph infection the size of fucking one of the craters on the moon on his goddamn cheek that's like open and leaking. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with him? He's got that shit all the time. He had the nasty one on his fucking the back of his neck too. Looked like a goddamn human growing off his neck last time. Like, holy shit, dude, get it together, tighten up, take a fucking shower, Kelvin Gastelum. Jesus Christ. So I think that Imavov would have had fun with him, because fucking blocking or dodging, I guess, like, just getting around, shutting down heavy power punchers that don't have a whole lot of technique involved. And I know Kelvin's got a nice 1-2 and this and that, but you know what I'm saying? Look, this is probably a hot take. I know that his foot movement's pretty, or his footwork, yeah, and his fucking movement, whatever, dude. His elusiveness against guys, with all due respect, and Joaquin Buckley. And I mean that with all due respect. Joaquin Buckley's got a really awesome KO that we all love, And so he'll forever be in our hearts as MMA fans. But when it comes to technical striking, hear me out, he's not that good. He hits hard, and that's how he got as far as he did. And he's been losing as of late, and he got fucking flatlined to Chris Curtis. Who, by the way, doesn't get enough shine in the middle as far as the middleweight contenders go. I mean, bro, he barely got touched. And if I'm being honest, I think that if Sean Strickland fought Joaquin Buckley, that he would fucking box his face off. Sean Strickland's defense is extremely underrated. He's very, very good at getting just out of range. He is very, very good at countering. The only problem is he doesn't really have a whole lot of knockout power, you know? So he's going to be in there for 5 minutes with a dude who's a bit more technical or a bit more flashy. Honestly, dude, Sean Strickland, his technique is really good. It's just fundamental and kind of like not the most pretty to look at. And I know I made fun of him in my last video for fighting like a blind guy trying to swim or whatever. But the hand, like reaching out and grabbing the hand works. Fuck's got, kind of ruins guys' rhythms. I think that the way this guy, Imavov, is going to have to beat Strickland, I mean, he's probably going to be chopping away at the legs, and I also think that he's going to try and clinch up a lot and land elbows. Because I think that if it stays at, like, boxing range, dude, if I'm being honest, I think Sean Strickland so the reason why I think that if there's a guy who can get it done is Sean Strickland is because the guy's always fighting. Like, always. That's how he trains. This video is going to be long as fuck. I said I was going to be fast. You know, he spars dudes all day long. That's all he does. He spars guys like Hamzat. He said he spars guys like fucking Chris Curtis. He spars guys like, dude. And I know that Imavov had a good performance against Joaquin Buckley, and it was kind of the one that actually, in all honesty, stood out the most to me, because I was watching his old fights in the UFC and I was like, God damn, dude, it's not that impressive. Like, Phil Hawes almost beat him up until the end. Or, sorry, Phil Hawes did beat him. I think it was Phil Hawes. Maybe it was another big black boy. But it was up until the fucking, like, last minute that he landed a few hard elbows and then started going after the guy and couldn't get him out of there in time. Now, it's exactly what Joaquin Buckley did to him, man. I watched that fight again last night. Yeah. He looked great in the first 2 rounds. Then he kind of gassed out. Against Joaquin Buckley, who's the guy who's supposed to be gassing out because he's got all the muscles. And Joaquin Buckley went after him, clocked him bunch times. Temple. Never a real flush across the chin, enough to get him out of there also again, like he was tired. But, bro, that was a 3-round fight. You got a 5-round fight against a guy who fights all day long. Like, people keep saying, oh, I just spat, bro. People keep saying if it was full camp and Strickland could push a pace. He was just in a full camp less than a month ago for a 5-round fight. This guy fights nonstop. He knows how to fight, bro. It's like when people say, like, when Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's fighting and the person fighting him decides that we're going to have a fucking at-range striking match, and the commentators always go, Wonderboy can do this all day. This is his game. Fighting is Sean Strickland's game. I think Nasruddin Imavov is going to be forced to fucking grapple a bit. And I think that Sean Strickland has fucking amazing takedown defense. And I don't think that that is, like, camp dependent. I don't think that has to come only when he's training against, like, you know, preparing for a specific fighter. Because I don't think that that's really how he works, dude. I don't think that's how he works. So fuck it, I'm gonna go for it, bro. I'm gonna try and get genius picks out of this. Sean Strickland at 48-47, maybe. At least Imavov will actually show some goddamn damage on his face, right? So I think he's gonna come in there fucking like a bat out of hell. Just crashed his bike, needs to buy a new one, wants double the paycheck because he doesn't want to spend all his money on that bike. He just lost a fight that he probably should have won, even though I picked Jared Cannonier and I got it right. You know, technically. I think Sean Strickland probably could have won that fight. And I think this is a huge step up in competition for Nasruddin Imavov. I think Kelvin Gastelum was the right step up. But I think that right now, Sean Strickland's better than Kelvin Gastelum. and has only lost to the current champion. And then, like, what, number 2 or 3 contender, and it was the closest fight, so, yeah, that's it, I guess. I'm gonna upload this video and then do a, video on Brendan Schaub trying to talk like he knows what the fuck about politics and light him on fire, bro, because I can't stand that guy. And, yeah. Let me know in the comments what you think about my picks. Talk shit all you want. Dislike it. Don't give a fuck. But please subscribe. Come on. You'll subscribe to Netflix and fucking Disney Plus, but you won't hit one button. It's free. Okay. Don't steal my eggs. Goodbye.